Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Do y'all remember the time when the family would stand in the gap when there was a problem, when the kids was cutting up, when the dad wasn't in the home, when the mom wasn't nowhere to be found? Do y'all remember when Uncle Johnny would show up at the school because you was showing your butt and you wasn't listening at home, and Uncle Johnny was that voice that you would listen to over top of your dad, over top of your mom? You would listen to Uncle Johnny and do what he said. Do you remember when the big cousins would show up because the kids was getting beat up or bullied? Do you remember when you would act a fool and an older relative or another relative outside of your home would come in and get you all the way together because you respected them? At that time, you may have been rebelling against your parents, but you still respected that uncle, that aunt, that cousin, that godparent, that grandmother, that grandfather. I wish that we could get back to the time when the village was villaging. The village used to be villaging. You know what I'm saying? We need those times back. We need the family unit back. The kids are off the hook. The parents, the grandparents, they now lowering themselves to the level of the foolishness. It used to be that the parent, the voice of the parent, the voice of the grandparent, the voice of Uncle Johnny, Aunt Bertha, those voices were enough to set the kids straight. Those voices were the voices of reason. You didn't show up at the school acting a fool when you knew your kid was wrong. You showed up and got your kid all the way together because you knew that they were wrong. The family unit, the dissolution of the family unit is why we're in a mess right now. It is why the kids are running amok. It is why, there's no more curfews. There's no more bedtime. There's no more eating dinner together. There's no more the mother and father showing up at the parent-teacher conference. We need those times back. The kids need structure. We need the grandparents and the dads and the moms and the big brothers and the big sisters. We need them to stand in the gaps, to stand up in their rightful place. I know it's a lot going on. People like, well, I got my own stuff going on. I can't be worried about them. But I think that is where the breakdown happened. We need to get back to those days where there is a mother and father in the home on one accord and in love. In love and living happily ever after, not arguing and dysfunctional. We need those times back. And I think if we get those times back, we will see the difference in our children. Like and subscribe.